My name is Amanda, and today we will be discussing about how the views of various governments and cultures compare to the views of colleges and learning. According to the National Association of Foreign Student Advisors, 300,000 people left the U.S. to study abroad. 500,000 came to the U.S. While this may seem like a lot, consider how many countries there are actually sending students. Fewer people per country are coming to the U.S. compared to the number of people leaving the U.S. to study abroad. We wanted to find out why this was, but first we needed to know how the colleges compare between the countries.
We interpreted the research question in three different lenses: cultural, economic, and historical.
To begin our international college analysis, let's go to the United Kingdom where, according to international students, a group dedicated to higher education around the world, the UK has fewer athletic scholarships than the US. This results in academic students leaving the US for the UK for more academic scholarship opportunities. This can be attributed to differences in the cultures of the two countries. There is more emphasis on college sports in the US than the UK. There is not nearly as much of an emphasis on college sports in the UK as there is in the US, which means that there will be more scholarship opportunities for academic students in the UK and more athletic scholarships in the US. Due to the abundance of athletic scholarships in the US, more athletes are making it into college and taking the spaces of where academic students would be. This results in people wanting to do an academic education to go to countries like the UK where there are fewer athletic scholarships that could take their place. In the Journal of Development Studies, it is stated that when we take a look at the South African country of Botswana, which is described through bad weather and severe drought, around the time public debt relative to GDP continuously declines. This means that Botswana has severe weather and crops cannot survive due to its poor climate. Because of this, families either have to work harder to grow their own food or pay more to buy their own food. In the Botswanan culture, children are expected to help their families. Because of this, children have to work on their family's farm. This means that students who may be academically gifted cannot go to U.S. colleges that offer high tuition. They have to go to other countries where higher education is more affordable. One of these countries that offers affordable tuition is Germany. According to Mark Williamson, an expert on higher education, many countries have either free higher education or extremely low tuition. These countries include Germany, which, according to the government, higher education is a public matter, not a private matter as thought of in the U.S. Because of the German culture's view of higher education as a public matter, the government will support its students much better than the U.S. Since the U.S. sees higher education as a private matter, it does not offer nearly the level of support that the German government offers its students. Because of varying tuition prices, it is cheaper to study overseas in Germany than it is in the U.S. This makes Germany a much more suitable environment for students to achieve their higher education due to free tuition.
Continuing with the country Germany, it is said that America is the polar opposite to Germany when it comes to education costs. Germany publicly funds their students' tuition to the point where they pay nothing, while America continues to increase their fees. By doing this, Germany is indirectly ensuring a brighter future to their students since the students do not graduate with any massive debt. This can be used to infer how each country views their education based on government involvement and how they want their citizens to view education. Fritz Lodge, a student studying abroad in Scotland, described the school in which he attends as it was on par with or better than the schools I was looking at in the States, and it was about half the price. The quote was used to show the perspective of an actual college student and their opinion on a school that is found in the United States. The word par includes a comparison between colleges in the United States and colleges in other countries, in this case, Scotland. The word gives a clear understanding that when comparing colleges in the U.S. to colleges in Scotland, schools in Scotland are just as good and significantly cheaper. This statement emphasizes the economic benefits of colleges in other countries, as well as pointing out the level of education is just as promising as any other American school. As you can see here, this graph is showing the average median income of both men and women of the U.S. population, as well as average tuition costs for both public and private colleges. You can see that both public and private college rates, especially college rates, are increasing so that over time, most of the U.S. population will not be able to order to obtain.
Continuing on with tuition, in the journal Trends in Higher Education, published tuition and fees at public two-year colleges and universities have increased by 14% in over 5 years average. As you can see by this chart, it shows you the difference between private nonprofit and public. And each year it continues to increase by a certain amount of percentage. Now that may not seem as much, but it is, considering that that percentage means hundreds of thousands of dollars that students have to pay each year more and more, making them go into debt. In 2012, 39% of young Americans were expected to graduate from college, compared with 60% in Iceland, 57% in New Zealand, and 53% in Poland, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Education at a Glance report. If you look at this from a historical aspect, the reasoning behind this can be dated back to when the Eastern world had already developed places like colleges long before colonists even arrived to America. And when America started to make education, they based it off what would benefit them when they became trade partners with other countries. Now, in the current era, American colleges teach people what their occupation is going to be and how to prepare for that job, resulting in young adults not wanting to go to the American colleges because they do not give the experience and knowledge that they want.
Other